Hey everybody, my name is Rick and welcome back to the Weekend Woodshop. This weekend in the Woodshop, we're going to do something that is long overdue in my tabletop RPG or role-playing game life. We're going to make a dice tray. I have been playing Dungeons & Dragons and other tabletop games pretty much my entire life. Never once have I had a dice tray. There's nothing more annoying than doing sneak attack and having 6d6 and rolling them across the table and having half of them fall onto the floor. So today we're going to solve that. We're going to build this. Pretty simple, straightforward build made out of walnut, a little bit of a ply bottom, and let's see just how lucky we can get.
I have a piece of walnut that had some wane down on one end, and I was trying to find the perfect use for it. I think this might be it. So I cut it down to 2 lengths for the 4 sides. I will also get the divider out of this piece for a little later on. Over at the DIY table saw, I ripped the pieces down to 1 3/4 inches. What's that? You didn't know I built my own table saw? I'll make sure to link the build videos down in the description as well as add a card to the top corner of the screen. You really should watch those videos. I wanted the box to be roughly 10.5 by 8.5, so I needed a couple of different setups. Back over at the miter saw, I used a couple of different stop blocks and mitered the corners for the tray box. Next up, everyone's favorite thing, sanding. There's a lot of sanding that had to be done in this project, but right now all I'm doing is sanding down the areas that would be rough to get to once the box is fully assembled. Later, we'll get through all the grits and raise the grain and all that good stuff. Using a straight edge and the old blue tape trick, I glued up the outer frame. For small projects like this, the blue tape provides enough holding pressure to keep the corners together while the glue dries. I also used a couple of my DIY corner clamp jigs to get the corners squared up to 90 degrees. I'll link the video where I made my first set down in the description. To accommodate the bottom of the tray, I need to put a rabbet into the outer frame. Here I'm setting up the router table using a rabbeting bit from Harbor Freight and some really cool setup blocks that we got off Amazon. I'll have an affiliate link down in the description if you're interested in anything I used in this build. Using the affiliate links is a great way to help support the channel. You buy the products that you were considering buying already, and Amazon pays me a small commission for sending you their way. While it doesn't save you any money, it also doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps to support the channel.
Today's video is brought to you by RichardBrooksWoodworking.com. At Richard Brooks Woodworking, we enjoy making quality things for quality people. So visit the store, see if there's anything you like. You can go to our merch store where we have hats and t-shirts and stickers and such. We also offer cutting boards, and with today's video we are announcing the launch of our new tabletop gaming dice trays. There'll be other products yet to come, but it's one of the ways that we help support the channel around here, so if you are led to do so, visit the store, see if there's anything that you might like to purchase. Now, let's get back to the build video.
Back over at the table saw again, the bottom panel of the tray is made from 1/4 inch ply. Future versions are going to be made from hardwood ply. This is just a piece of that sand stuff that I had from the local orange box store, but it'll work just fine. Here I'm using my Harbor Freight disc sander to round off the corners so that we get a good fit into the rabbets that we cut earlier. After that, we just glue it in place and use some spring clamps to hold it in place while the glue dries. Once we get the bottom in, the only thing left is to add the divider. Here I'm marking the length, and then we'll take it back over to the miter saw and cut it down and glue it in place and use some clamps to hold it in. With assembly complete, I work up through the grain, sanding to 120, raising the grain, sanding to 120 again, and then ultimately sanding to 220. With sanding complete, it's time for finish. I'm just using a mineral oil finish because that's what I have on hand. But it does beg a question. If you were building a dice tray like this and you wanted to shine and sparkle and pop, what would you use? Leave your favorite finishes down in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about it. I'd love to see what you guys have to say.
And there you have it. Nice little dice tray that we can use in our next tabletop RPG campaign, whether it's Dungeons & Dragons or some other tabletop game. We've got a beautiful tray that we can use. A nice spot over here off to the side where we can store our dice that we're not using. And of course, the whole purpose, the rolling tray, to keep our dice in one spot instead of flying off the table. I certainly do hope that you enjoyed this build. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications on so that you don't miss any future content from the Weekend Woodshop. If you'd like to have one of these trays, you can get one by going to richardbrookswoodworking.com and visiting our tabletop accessories area. There you'll find the listing for the walnut trays. Maple and cherry are coming in the very near future, and we also will be expanding into other hardwoods as well. If you'd like a dice tray and don't see a wood offered, go to the request a quote page, tell us that you're looking for a dice tray and what kind of wood you'd like it made out of, and we'll get back to you with a quote. Those of you that want to find another way to help support the channel, you can do that through Patreon. Go to patreon.com/theweekendwoodshop. The link for all of this will be down in the description below. There you can find access to our SketchUp files that we use to draw out all of our projects, as well as get a named credit at the end of every video and join what hopes to be a great community of woodworkers that just kind of piddle around on the weekends or are trying to move into something bigger. But once again, folks, thank you all so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. And until next time, have a great weekend and get out there and build something. We'll see you, everybody.